What's up, everybody? Welcome to an episode of Tackle Talk Tuesdays with me and Riverboat Rob. We're just hanging out. Rob shot me a text message. Yo, let's go live. I said, okay, let's go live.
Why not?
So, what's up with you, Riverboat Rob? What's new?
Uh, Same thing, and another day or another dollar.
Same shit, different day.
I was trying to be politically
It's
correct, but
okay.
yeah, same shit, different day, man.
So, what's up,
Hey,
everybody? What's up? If you guys are logging in, hit that like and share button for us. We really, really appreciate it. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah, hit that.
I'm
Hit that
cleaning,
button.
I'm trying to clean up a couple lures here for the secret tournament that we're not allowed to talk about.
The secret tournament that we're not allowed to
The
talk about.
secret. Hey, those that know. Did you
We're gonna
see?
start just like that, huh?
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. Did you Did you see the stuff that's going on? Well, everybody knows about the Matt Becker thing, right? Um, Getting DQ'd and then
No, fill
back
me
in.
in because I haven't been
Wait a
following
minute,
any
the
of the
Matt
crap.
Becker one was Jacob Wheeler rolled up on him and like sat in the spot that he was trying to fish. Jacob Wheeler didn't even need fish. He just sat there and like blocked him. He straight almost was not politically incorrect. He blocked. He guarded the spot and went on him in there.
And they DQ'd him for it.
No, nobody got DQ'd or nothing like that. But so there was like the Chris Zaldane thing where kind of similar had happened, but it was like a local out fishing on a Saturday, and Chris Zaldane just rolled up and started fishing the spot and got in an argument with the guy. And of course, people were not on Chris Zaldane's side at all. Um, and then similar, but not exactly, because Becker, I think it was Matt Becker. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong, was fishing, trying to make the cut. Jacob Wheeler had plenty of fish. Jacob Wheeler had fished that spot previously in the week. Both of them had, but he rolled up. He rolled up and power pulled down and like sat there so he couldn't fish it. So people are
Interesting.
kind of like, dude, that's kind of
Interesting
a.
tactic. Interesting tactic.
Hey, dude, I learned something new
Interesting
today.
move, Gene.
Hey, I learned something new about gray areas today that I never even thought about. But think about this, because apparently this happens. You're gonna fish. Say you're going to say like from Gunpowder down, Dundee and all is off limits, right? Like you're not. That's not allowed. You're not gonna be fishing that.
Right.
From Gunpowder up, you are gonna be fishing. So you can't get no information from Gunpowder up, but you can get information from Gunpowder down what the fish are doing. In other words, like what is happening is they'll be going to a lake and people won't ask information about the lake they're going to. They'll just ask them about the lake right by it and how it's fishing. Like the example was given was the Niagara River. Like we're going to fish St. Lawrence. I can't get no information about St. Lawrence, but I can get information
I'm
about
sure
Niagara
there is an
River.
incredibly.
That's a
Uh,
huge gray area,
I'm
dude.
sure there's a lot of gray areas and there's a lot of sketchy. They're fishing for a lot of money. Guys are going to do a lot of stupid things, especially guys that are really trying to come up from the bottom to be competitive.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but I mean, I don't know. I take everything you hear online with a grain of sand. You don't know who's doing what, and
That was right out the Bilge podcast.
Bilge.
Chris Zaldane, and they had Patrick Walters. I think it was Patrick Walters. No, they had Kyle Patrick on there.
Oh, I believe that was real.
Yeah, oh, it was real. Definitely real.
Oh, it was real.
It's not against the rules,
No way. Some people did some shady shit in bass fishing,
but it's not against the rules. So they ain't break no rules.
right?
Of course, Trey McKinney got in trouble again too.
Why?
He self-policed himself in his defense, but he was like a few minutes late and he got a phone call and he answered it and it was from his mom. And you're not allowed to take personal phone calls during the tournament unless it's an emergency. So he answered it and she was like, "You're late." So it disqualified his whole weight.
That is, wow,
Yeah.
that's terrible.
Mm, for him, that kid can't catch a break, dude. He seems to always be in trouble. He's like 19 years old. So when you're 19 years old, you're still maturing, I would say. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, so
So
it's like little Bradley. It's like some dumbass crap little Bradley would do.
it's 4th of July weekend, and we're coming up on one of the busiest boating days of the year.
Yeah, there we are.
And
And we're fishing the tournament.
you are.
Yeah.
I'm not launching. I don't feel it. I mean, I don't even know. Maybe.
I'm starting to ask myself what I was thinking, but I'm still gonna do it.
I don't even know. Um, but it's going to be one of the busiest days of the year. Everybody needs to be safe out on the water. Remember, there's a bunch of idiots out there. There's going to be a drunk. There's going to be drunks. Don't be one of them. The boat ramps are going to be crazy. Everybody mind your P's and your Q's. DNR is going to be out heavy. Oh, what was it? I saw it somewhere. DNR is doing some Operation Dry Dock or some shit from July 4th through July 6th.
Where? What is that?
That's just they're going to have a larger DNR presence on the water for the holiday weekend.
Oh, I'm really not trying to go now.
You know, it was, I
I
can't
mean, I'm
remember which one it
legal.
was. I think it was Memorial Day one year. I got checked right in Mansion Cove.
Yeah. Yeah, they boarded my boat at Mariner Point one time and checked it.
Yeah.
I just don't want that experience. Like, come on, man. I need DNR freaking bother me. Got a string hanging from my shirt. My epic Eric shirt.
Rob's like, no, not the
Yeah.
string.
Well, this shirt is old. It's old, and this is like my around the house shirt. Like you throw on a shirt
So what's it going
around
to
the
take to
house.
win a derby on the 4th of
9,
July? What kind of
9
weight?
pounds.
4 fish.
Oh, it's 4 fish? I thought it was 3.
4 fish, 4 hours.
Oh, I thought it was 3. Oh, 4 fish was 12, 10 or 12.
Out of the GP?
Yeah, well, I don't know if you run up to the flats, but I mean, all those bags that come back from the flats are not. Well, it's 4 fish. Yeah, that could
Yeah.
be a big bag. Yeah,
4 fish could be a large bag if you land at the
that could
right
be a
spot.
very
If
large
you land the
bag
right fish.
coming. Who's gonna run all the way up there?
It's
What
been
do
a
we?
lot of people to do it.
I don't do it. Not for a 4-hour tournament. You know what I mean?
Money talks. If it's winner takes all, why not?
Hey, maybe. I don't know. I don't
Um,
know. Hold my ground.
do you
On,
think?
on,
Do
on my
you think
ground.
there's a chance? Do you think there's even a chance that somebody's going to bring back like a
20?
12 pound sack out of the GP this year?
Yes.
12 pound, 14 pound
Mm-hmm.
for 3?
Not 14. 12? I can see that happening.
It's
Yeah.
fishing so much different, and I'm only talking about the GP because the Thursday night. Believe me, I'll just be open and honest. I'm so sick and tired of the gunpowder that
It changes every year.
I could freaking vomit. But it's changed so much this year. It is not fishing the same whatsoever. The fish are completely different. Man, in my opinion, the quality of the fish is completely different.
I think they're still there. They're just
They're
not where
still
they used to
there.
be.
They didn't
They're
go
not.
anywhere.
Nobody's found that spot yet. The problem is when someone does find that spot gets blown up, and then they move. They adjust. They get educated. You know what I mean? I don't think all the big fish just left the GP and just gone. No, that doesn't.
Yeah, Greg said it right. Greg says there's no grass. Yeah, there's absolutely no grass. It's completely
Right.
changed the way the GP is fishing. It's
Yeah.
I'm not saying the GP's not a good fishery or anything anymore, but I don't know. It's not. everybody is going to go flip the same laydowns and do the same shit over and over and over again now because it's made fishing the gunpowder so much smaller in the terms of where the fish are going to be. If you're not going outside the bridge, you're going to freaking 2 spots or 3 spots inside the bridge. So
There's
it's
other
just,
spots.
yeah.
There's other spots. I
I
personally
know where the
think
fish are,
right. That's the problem. Everybody does. That's why they're not there.
but I don't feel like taking the time to go there.
Well, they're not. Oh, I thought you meant like you know where they're normally at, like most.
No, but I mean, if you have the
Uh,
freaking, if you're going to fish a 3 hour tournament and it's going to take you 30 to 40 minutes, and even sometimes it's just a bitch to get there because of how terrible the tides are in the summertime, um, it takes so long to get back there. It's almost not worth the time to go back there unless you know that your 3 are going to be there. And how many times can you hit a spot time and time again before the fish are going to either be educated or move?
that's what I'm saying. Right. So a lot of spots with doing the Thursday nighters, a lot of those spots got worn out. And fish
And
got
that's what
hit to
happens
it.
very quickly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So
Jeff says there's so much pressure on the fish. There's a ton of
right.
pressure on the fish. It's insane how much pressure is on the fish.
hmm And they adapt and they'll move. I was watching something one time and Ben Milliken actually said that he will post a video showing a spot so it gets worn out, and then he will go find where the fish moved to, and it'll be somewhere similar in the area, but they won't be there no more because of the fishing pressure.
Uh huh.
It just moved. Yeah.
I mean,
I would highly doubt that there's no good fish in the DP no more. But you never know. Happened to Dundee for a while, so you never know. But that was a fish kill happened. I don't know.
there's definitely still.
Jake Martin's been catching some 5 pounders and stuff. So there's still 5 pounders in there. Probably some sixes too. Mm. Finding them.
Hang on a second. Here you go, Paul.
Oh, Paul's out on the water. He's
Yeah.
practicing for the fourth.
I do got to say, what's up, Nick? I do got to say, I gunpowder in the fall, gunpowder in the winter when there's a lot less boats, a lot less traffic and stuff out there.
Great fishing.
Yeah. It's, well, I just like it because it's just not as many people around. I think part of what's ruined the fishing out there for me is the fact that every time I go out there now, there's 18 kayakers, 15 bass boats. You can hear everybody screaming from the pier, the kayaks screaming from the pier.
Don't you mean 40 kayakers?
Yeah, the peace and the tranquility is not the same anymore. And that's changed very quickly.
Yeah.
That was part of the best parts of like Joppamy. You go back there and you're just in the reeds. You're back there where, I mean, obviously you're very close to civilization, but it feels like you're not close to civilization. And it was nice. And now it sucks.
Yeah, dude, they got that little
They
kayak
said the
rental spot.
plastic navy these days are ridiculous.
Plastic Navy. Oh man, the plastic Navy, dude. They right at the boat ramp. You can run a kayak now, I believe. That
The
little like
plastic navy.
where we do the weigh-ins on Thursday nighters? Isn't that like a kayak rental thing now?
Yeah, so that is now like a kayak rental. Supposedly they close at like 5. And yeah, Nick, we definitely got to link up. There's a couple people I still got to link up with about the shirts.
Craig said, "Yep, you want to buy a bass boat?"
Yeah, Greg, I totally feel you on that. Believe me, I totally feel you. And I just bought those garments, but I'm like, I can always put them on the John boat. I'll never get rid of that.
Yeah. You should just go back to the John boat, dude.
I
My
think I
opinion.
enjoyed
My
fishing the
opinion.
John boat so much more. Like, I just wish it went faster. It just needs to go
Why?
faster.
Why?
Trying to fish the flats in that boat sucks.
Well, oh yeah, well yeah.
It doesn't have the power to get you across the grass. It takes you freaking all day long to get from Furnace Bay to Swan Creek.
You're right.
It's like
me and Evan made that trolling. Me and Evan had to troll that with the trolling motor when we broke down.
So I'm just like, oh man, like there's definitely positives to having a boat that goes, but God, man.
That's so funny, dude. Hold on a second. Text.
Yeah, 30 miles per hour up on Conowingo can get really bad really, really quick, Greg. No doubt about it.
And he won't be out there on a little tin boat. My brother's insane though. You think
Paul,
I'm
I sent
insane?
you a link.
My brother's more insane than me. He'll be out there in 30-mile-per-hour winds in a tracker bass boat in the middle of Conowingo. And I'll be like, "Can you take me home, please?" He'll be like, "Nah, we'll be all right." Oh, Pete, I want his Pete on. He'll love that story.
Bam, 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 bam.
Oh,
Petey. I was going to say his nickname, but he really hates that.
Well, Peter Popper.
Peter Plopper?
Peter Plopper. Love the dude.
Oh, that's a good place, Greg. Second place in the club. There you go.
Nice.
All right, I guess Rob's not. I mean, I guess Paul's not going to be joining in. I sent him the link.
What happened?
Oh, I don't know. I sent him the link. He sees it. I guess it's not working. He's out on the boat fishing too, so that's another thing.
I'm so but never mind it. The text I get, dude. Never mind it.
What?
No. Can't speak on it, dude. Can't speak on it. Have you caught anything on? Have you thrown the Nessie? No, not the group text.
No.
No.
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I had to go check the group text right away. I'm like,
no,
oh,
it wasn't
God.
the group text. Yeah, because if something's crazy, it's usually on the group text. Nah, it was work. It was a work thing.
Crazy or awkward.
He's super awkward.
I haven't thrown the Nessie. I have thrown some different soft plastic glide baits that I've been unimpressed with.
I threw the Nessie a little bit. I wasn't very impressed, and I didn't do very well with it. Dude, I was watching.
Did you have a hard time getting it to work?
Swim right, yeah.
Yeah.
I had to reel really slow, or it wanted to roll on me. Yeah, I had to. And if I picked it up any, so now it was like, oh, I'll fish it like a jerk bait. But that didn't really work out too well for me either. So I was like, I don't know. I'm not really a swim bait guy, so I'm sure somebody that's really
I had problems with that Okasama swimmer that I had picked up a while ago. Hey, Jim, what's going on, brother? I had problems with that Okasama swimmer or whatever that I bought, where I'm throwing it and it like doesn't want to sink, and then as soon as I freaking tug on it, it comes right back up to the surface, and it's just not. You can like kind of straight retrieve it, but you can't crank it back and forth. It just doesn't do anything, or you can't give it chops to make it chop.
Well, with the Nessie, when I tried to straight retrieve it, I had to like really slow.
Yeah.
And if I accidentally reeled a little too quick, and I'm not talking about a very fast retrieve reel, I'll have to check it, but I'm not talking like a 9-1 or nothing. And if I gave it like a little bit too much, it would start to roll on me, which I don't like that. So, dude, I was watching Bass After Dark. I want to know what the people watching think about this. So it was the greatest knockoff lure of all times. But the rules were the lure had to be a knockoff, but better than the original. Like chatterbait, and you got the jackhammer. The jackhammer better than the original chatterbait. But it's not really a knockoff, right? Because Z-Man was involved. But the one that came up was the Whopper Plopper and the Berkeley Chapo. And they said the Chapo, the Berkeley, and I know you hate Berkeley, Chad. The Berkeley Chapo works better than the Whopper Plopper.
Gay.
Works better than Whopper Plopper.
Gay.
Watch the episode.
Gay.
Dude. They had Bernie Schultz on there.
It makes you instantly gay.
Bateman.
That's like taking an insta-gay potion in a video game.
Dude, I'm telling you, they say the Chapo is better than a Whopper Plopper.
Gay.
You just don't like burping. Look at this guy. What's up, Paul? What's good, man? We were just talking about the episode of Bass After Dark, the greatest knockoff baits of all time. I don't know if you saw that one yet. Oh, it's pretty good. Chapo was up there high, up there with the jackhammer. The Rico and the Vixen, like the Repo Man and all that didn't count because it's the same mold. So yeah, so they was like that's the same mold as the Rico.
But
That's
it's
what they
not.
said. That's what they said. It was like Bernie Schultz, Bateman, and the crankbait design, Lee Sislin, whatever his name is.
Hey, Paul.
Lee Sisson.
Yeah. No.
I mean, I'll trust Bernie Schultz. Bernie's pretty big expert on beats.
Right. That's what it kind of changed my point of view too. Like, you know, like he knows everything about every bait. So.
Paul, question: can we have your coordinates currently?
Yeah, there ain't no fish here.
Looks like the GT.
Can you tell where I'm at?
The picture's too small for me to tell.
Isn't that Rumsey Island?
No.
No.
I'm a long way from Rumsey Island right now.
Oh, you're probably up north.
What are you up in Middle River?
That would
Close.
be down.
Not quite the Middle River.
Dundee?
Saltpeter.
Farther than Dundee.
Oh, Saltpeter or Seneca.
There ain't no houses this nice in Dundee.
Seneca, I guess. Galloway Creek. Frog Mortar. Keep catching.
He's just gonna keep
I'm in
on
Seneca.
listing shit.
Sioux
I'm in
Creek.
Seneca.
Seneca.
So what are we talking about?
Nothing. Bullshit.
Paul gets on here. What are we talking about? Absolutely nothing whatsoever. Have no idea why you just joined in here. We're not talking about anything.
Martin Payne
I just
did
wanna
guess
talk to you
Seneca. Hey, what's up, Pete? Who else we down there? Jeffrey, what's up, Jeffrey? What'd he say? Yeah, I'll take a good bit. Yeah. Yeah, I was talking to Paul about the other day, and man, I would love to go on a good buzzbait bite. Yeah, that would be awesome.
Paul, you need to get one of those phone mounts on your boat now where you can turn it sideways and it's just on you the whole time so you can just drive and scream into the camera while you're driving.
I was just trying to figure out how I could do that. If I need to hold my phone to take off.
You need one of those foam RAN mounts and just turn it sideways.
Martin said F Berkeley, but Headwaters Jim said the Chapo was awesome. I agree, Jim. Y'all, everybody should watch that episode and then tell me if I'm wrong because they have some experts on there. Jacob Martin said he's all about the Berkeley stankworm. Is that a stankworm?
The stank worm.
What's the Berkeley stankworm?
What is the Berkeley stank worm? Hold up.
Paul's
Hold
about
up.
to
What
throw
is
one
the,
now.
what
Let's
is the
find
stank
out.
worm?
Oh, he's dipping now, Paul. Can't.
No, he's got it muted
Full
because the
send.
freaking wind would be blowing our mics out right now.
Yeah, he's full send right now.
He's rolling. Look, the
Pete-
camera can't even keep up with how fast he's going. He's going so fast.
My brother Pete, who was on, dude, he's a Whopper Plopper, Berkeley Chapo. It's his go-to. He loves fishing those, dude. I'll take a good buzz bait, and I'll tell you right now.
What if we just saw DNR like roll up on the right side of
And
Paul's
pull
boat?
Paul over. I'll drink to that. Oh, dude, so gross, dude. Who wants to see Paul get pulled over by DNR?
No, I don't want to see that.
I do. I want to see him talk his way out of a ticket.
They probably know him.
Yeah. Hey, what's up, Paul? How you been?
I gotta say, Jim, I don't have any experience with the Chapo, but I do have a lot of experience with my river to sea Whopper Ploppers, and I always threw, was it the 180? was it the 180 was like the, it was like the 4-inch one, but not giant.
Dude, that's a Chapo. But so what they said on the episode, Chad, was the old Whopper ploppers were really good, but the newer ones, when you're retrieving them, they like to roll over. They don't want to sit upright. They kind of fell off. Is what they were saying. Basically, was the argument on that. But watch the episode if you want more information. Um,
Yeah, the
they got
110.
Bass After Dark. Dude, I watch. I never miss an episode, dude.
The
Yeah.
90 is a fantastic size.
It's like a 90
I
right here.
always, my 110 is my most torn up one though. I gotta say, obviously
That's
you
a
guys know
90.
my mind was always on a bigger size bait, bigger size fish. It doesn't exactly apply to. I mean, it kind of does apply a little bit to it, but that 4-inch or 4.5-inch, 5-inch freaking whopper plopper, dude, that thing got smoked hard by everything. I mean, rockfish, bass, that thing is torn up. It is my most torn up whopper plopper. Is the 110.
Pete saying if you put the newer Whopper ploppers on a swivel, like a barrel swivel, it eliminates that problem on them rolling on you.
Martin says they wanted to have sex with it.
With what?
With the whopper plopper.
What are you talking about? I gotta read the comment now, dude. A lot of people don't know they made silent wallet ploppers. Oh God, we got hella comments coming in, dude.
Wait, they made silent whopper ploppers?
How's that make sense, Jeffrey? I'm like, you gotta fill me in on that. Well, I guess it's still
No,
disrupts the word.
yo, this dude's gotta be messing with us. Ain't no way. How can
And
you have a
wow,
silent
it
whopper
was
plopper?
so
What would even be the point?
yeah, that kind of got me. Greg Hall said the 110. Um, and Jim Headwaters, he said, depends on the hatch, what size you want to throw. Which of course makes a lot of sense. Yeah, a lot of good comments coming in. L. Martin said,
Rattles versus no rattles.
no
Dude,
rattles.
it's all
No
that
rattles.
freaking tail. Pop, 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 pop. So that thing just has a way of pissing off fish.
Dude, did you see in a tournament not long ago, and I'm sure one of our viewers would know, Lee Livesey did donuts in his boat to get the fish worked up, to
What?
get them all rowdied up. Yeah,
That
yeah.
doesn't seem like a good tactic.
It worked. Does anybody see this? I'm sure some people seen it. Paul would know. He's driving. Look what Paul did.
He's still going.
Look at
He joined in just to take us a journey across the
so we
bay.
could watch this. This
Yeah.
is entertaining.
He
This is what
joined
we
in just so
watch.
hold up, everybody. Hold up really quick. Let me bring Paul up close real quick. Hang on a
There we go.
second.
Turn the camera, Paul.
Let's
what
see
he
what
had.
Paul's up to. Where's Paul going?
Paul don't even know. If he was at
Look at Paul just
Seneca,
looking up to the gods right now as he goes across the water. He looks very majestic.
dude, if he was at Seneca, he's been driving all that time.
Look,
said
he's
it down
rocking
the
that
river.
Mustang Survival like a good person.
Unless he said it back.
Where's he going? Is he slowing down? Bob, stop making noise.
Okay, so Martin knew. Martin said they were asking weight boats to do circles. Get the fish all routed up, dude. Get them active. Wake them up. Seriously, this is a true tactic.
That's very interesting, and
Yeah.
not something that I've ever heard of.
Yeah. Stirring up the bait fish.
It
So
definitely
Jim said-
seems like you would just be scaring your fish out of the area or pushing them
Well,
away.
So Jim enlightened us a little bit, and Martin and Jim is saying that it stirs up the bait fish. Gets the bait
Interesting.
fish all running everywhere.
Okay.
And then yeah, so it does make sense. But they did. It blew my brain. I was like, really? Because if I go out and do donuts and it's gonna help me catch more fish, I'm down for
You
that.
go out and do donuts in the GP, I think you're gonna freaking rip your lower off.
Yeah,
I'm also
probably.
curious, did Paul get his skeg welded back on already? Like
Oh, that's right. I forgot he ripped the skag
he
off. My
ripped the
brother did
skeg
that
off the
before.
bottom, so I'm like, okay, how's is he just running without it right now?
I don't know. The GP's known for that. My brother ripped his off before. He had to get it welded back on. Yo, man, I'm telling you, dude. Let me see. Hold on, what we got here?
What?
Uh,
Does anybody listening? Does Rob have an echo? Did Rob fix the echo thing,
I
or
hear
is
it.
it still there?
I hear the echo. Paul had an echo too. You don't have one though. You don't have an echo.
Yeah,
I
Greg.
did.
Greg
Pete,
says you don't need a skig.
I'm not gonna. I'm gonna mention it on air, Pete. Not giving up no juice. Pete sending me some juice. Texting me some juice. Oh.
Thank you, Jim.
It looks good though. Dude.
Nah, man, come on, talk about it. Put it out there. What is
Jim said it has a slight echo.
it?
You want me to talk about it, Pete?
Look, Paul's
It looks
showing you his
pretty
waypoints on the screen right now.
Well, you're not gonna like it. Oh, that's right. Oh, yeah. I mentioned this before on air. He likes to throw in the Guggen squad. Whopper plopper, dude. Think about that, Chad.
Is he running 70 miles an hour right now while he's videotaping
That's what he's
it?
showing us. He's trying to tell us how fast his boat can go. That ain't gonna help you catch fish.
I mean, maybe.
It can help you water skiing.
I wouldn't want to water ski that fast.
Oh shit.
Hello, Mr. Buddy. He's a good boy. Oh my goodness gracious. Yeah, so as I was kind of saying earlier, we have a couple more people watching here now. I'm not talking trash on the GP. The GP has my heart forever, but I'm just done fishing there. I don't want to fish there anymore.
You're headed up farther north. Let's just put it
I'm going to the flats. I'm going to go fish the flats. I'm going to go figure out the flats. And I'm not saying that the flats is going to make you a general better fisherman overall. I just want to catch some quality fish. And where the quality at is on the flats. It's about putting the time in to find where they are on the flats in an environment that looks exactly the same everywhere you look.
Yeah, look at the hammers up there. What kind of weight they catch?
Dude, how many? There was 2 or 3 26-pound bags, constant bags over 20 pounds come out of the flats all the time. I honestly just feel like I'm going and I'm wasting my time on the GP trying to catch five fish for freaking 12 pounds on the GP when I can go out to the flats if you put in the time and find the correct fish and have 20-pound bags or a 20-pound bag or an 18-pound bag for that matter.
Yep. You know me, I'm Mr. Gunpowder, so I'll be fishing the gunpowder. Hey,
and yeah, you're right. And Martin says the right thing. There is so much more than the flats on the Upper Bay. I say the flats. I'm just speaking generally. But you can't talk. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to talk about everything online. But yeah, I'm speaking generally about the flats. I'm talking about the flats. I'm talking about other stuff on the Upper Bay. Just getting out of the GP, getting away from GP, the Dundee Creek area, and finding other things. There is quality fish everywhere out there, and I want quality bags. I don't want bags of 1.5, 2 pounders. I'm kind of getting sick and tired of that. And I don't know what it's going to take to change that. What needs to happen in the GP for these fish to mature and get bigger? Because it seems like they're there, but like they're there. But I feel in my soul. I've been fishing the GP for a long time. You've been fishing the GP for a long time, and you know that the quality is down.
I don't think so. I think they're not.
It is. It's down.
Nobody's found where the good ones are at yet this year. Well, except for maybe Jake Martin, because I've been seeing him catch.
I feel like it's very, very concentrated where these fish are right now and where the big ones are right now. It's very concentrated.
There's some big ones in there. And the more people that run up to the flats and come back on Thursday nighters and just
Greg, everyone in their asshole is fishing where? The GP or the flats? Because it's honestly both.
The flats.
You just got to get out there and put time in.
Paul, you back with us?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm done.
How was the
you
run?
heading back? Was that the run back? Or were you running somewhere else, Paul? Or you were running back?
Did you get my 70 mile an hour?
Yeah, we saw.
Yeah, I saw it.
He's running back.
Yeah, we saw it.
Train bridge.
I don't recommend driving with one hand and holding a phone at 70 miles an hour.
Yeah, that's probably not a good idea.
We actually made a comment about that. Yeah. I was like, that's probably sketchy.
Yeah, it's probably not safe.
Yeah, not
It
a
wasn't.
good idea, dude. Not a good idea.
It wasn't. It really wasn't. I mean, I was running straight up the gunpowder, and it's like flagpole now.
Yeah.
Greg said, well, first of all, Lou said, what's up, Lou?
What up,
Lou
Lou?
said, you should try the Potomac, Chad.
The
Greg said,
Potomac. I
if the
mean,
grass
the
comes back,
Potomac's good. It's just a far drive.
yeah. Greg said, and
Potomac's
now you
awesome. I
know,
love the Potomac.
yeah, CJ and them be catching bigs up there, dude. Greg said if grass comes back, we'll see bigger fish. He's probably correct.
I
And when
agree,
you,
and it's all cycle. It's
it's all
just
a cycle.
weird.
Right?
I haven't been fishing the GP for nearly as long as some of you guys have, but I've been fishing out there for about 8 years now, and only the past 2 years have I ever seen the grass just not be there, and
I've seen it
it's
before.
just weird.
So it actually happened about 5 years ago.
We had no grass.
All the grass outside the bridge died.
No, we had no grass inside the.
I just
bridge.
don't remember
Yeah.
that because every year that I've ever been fishing the GP, I was always in the John boat. And of course, I get the bass boat when the grass dies, but I get the John boat, and I always remember I could never make it through the grass wide open because it was so thick, it would stall out that 30 horsepower trying to go through it.
That was the good days.
It goes in cycles. A lot of it happened when we got that, especially on the gunpowder side. Remember when we were up in the gunpowder catching them on poppers that one day?
Oh
Chad?
yeah, that was a
Good
great
back there.
day. That was fun.
So not too long after that, there was a big storm that came through and ripped all that grass out. So things like that happen, and it just takes a while for it to recover.
That was like the downfall. Even after
I
it
think
came
a lot
back.
of it was just that storm. I mean, that storm ripped a lot of this grass out.
Dude, I caught my first 6-pounder in the GP. It's right there on 10/24/1920. What's that? That's 4 years ago. Fishing was good,
I
and
mean,
there wasn't a lot of grass.
I caught a 6 1/4 last year.
Right? Yeah.
They're
still there.
There's still big fish around.
Yeah. So they're still there, and then you guys all.
There was a decent amount of grass 4 years ago. The decline of the grass was 2 to 3 years ago.
There was not a lot of grass 4 years ago. I keep telling you all this. I got it on video.
Dude,
Go
there
back,
was
watch my videos
definitely
tonight.
I don't remember. It was
There
like
was
2 or
video
3
evidence.
years ago.
I got video
There was a
evidence.
lot of grass 4 years ago.
I got video evidence.
That's what I'm
Watch my
saying. There
videos
was a
tonight.
lot of grass 4 years ago.
No.
Because that was the first year of the Thursday nighters, and I did
Okay,
nothing.
maybe
but
I'm
grass
saying
all
5
year.
years ago, but no.
I-
Go back like 5 years ago or so. There was not a lot of grass.
It's been
There
2
was grass
seasons we've
beyond
had
the
no
train
grass
bridge.
on the GP now. Since before then, it was always full.
No.
So I'm trying to think.
There wasn't always.
That's
GP
everything that
always
I
had a ton of
remember.
grass.
That's everything that I remember.
4 or 5 years ago.
I said it was
yeah.
like 5 years ago. It was actually, it was before I got my champion.
Somebody
So it
else
would've been
tune
like-
in. Greg, what do you remember?
It'll be like 8 years ago when all the grass outside the bridge died. I mean, it was there. It was up on the surface, and 2 weeks later, it was gone.
Paul, I'm talking about the days where there wasn't a lot of grass when you first came out. You had to go beyond the train bridge. There was grass beds out there. You
There's
could
been
like
grass
go back.
inside the bridge aside from a couple of years for the last since I've been fishing the gunpowder for 12 years.
You could go back to the quarry and not see have to run through any grass at all. So maybe I'm thinking more recent than it was. Maybe it was 6 years ago. I don't know, but I know
Well,
the grass.
The
is
year
out
of
there.
the year of the fish kill, which was 7 years ago, I think.
Mhm.
The mouth of the quarry canal was loaded with milfoil
Right. But I didn't fish it.
and
then.
eelgrass.
I didn't fish it then, but I definitely got some videos of when there was no
Greg,
grass
check the
out
messages.
there like it is now. It
Yeah,
was
I
kind
mean,
of
it
like it
definitely
is
happened.
now. Yeah.
It just hasn't happened for a while.
And you might be right. It might have been like we had a bad storm that year, and all. I can't remember, dude.
See, Gromster
Years
says I
ago.
have a Snapchat memory of grass.
What's that?
From 4 years ago?
I
By
believe
the
it.
duck blind?
Yeah, there was a ton of grass out there.
By the
Yeah.
duck lines, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. On that
And there was
side.
still grass outside the bridge.
And outside the bridge. Thank you. But that grass bed's right there, going
Inside
into
the
the Quarry
bridge,
Canal.
There
That
was
wasn't
grass
always
inside
there.
there was
You know what?
tons of
When you
grass
came
there.
out of Mariner Point, you had that grass bed to the left, and you had the grass bed. You go under the train bridge, you had a grass bed to the left. But if you went around into the quarry, there was no grass bed there.
Yes, there was.
No.
Me and Candace fished it the Thursday nighters.
Yes.
Kevin,
I'm talking about before that.
Kevin,
There wasn't even no
Kevin brought a
Thursday
6 pounder
nighters
out
then.
of it.
There wasn't even no Thursday nighters at that point. So,
Wait, so when did the
Well, there you
Thursday
go.
nighters start,
I
though?
promise there was a ton of grass there 6 years ago.
all right.
Hold on, he's here.
Picture
What's up,
first
Greg?
morning where I was showing. Look at Greg. Greg gonna tell us. He's gonna sound wrong, but I'm not wrong.
What do you need to know?
He said, "What do you need to know?"
Was there always a ton of grass in the GP?
No.
Thank you.
2000.
This is not the first time we did not have grass.
It's been like this before.
Right. Thank you. That was what I'm trying to say. Thank you, Greg.
Back
Yeah,
in
that was a long ass time
2001
ago,
when I
bro.
started, you could go right inside the train bridge, right at the mouth of the canal, just the canal, throw a spinnerbait and catch 31 pounders.
I'm laughing at Martin because he said this is worse than the debate the other night. I'm gonna start mumbling.
I don't think he knows what he said, and I don't know what he said either.
I don't know what I said. Oh, that's hilarious, dude.
You can't hear me?
No,
Yeah.
I can hear you. I can hear you. We're making fun of Joe Biden.
Yeah. So
Yeah, it's all cycler, man. It'll come back.
it'll come back.
It's wild to me how much it changes. Like we went from having so much grass that my John boat couldn't even go through it to like no grass at all, and it completely changing the way that the GP fishes. And it's obviously fishing is about adapting to the situations and what happens when you're out there on the water. But it's very strange, and it changes the way the GP fishes a lot. And it just feels like the quality of fish isn't there anymore. There's a lot of 1s and 2s, 3s mixed in, and every once in a while the 4 and the 5.
Well, I don't see why you say it's so bad when
It's
you're
not
when you're
bad.
pulling in a 3 pound average. That's
It's not.
good.
I'm not 3
You're
pound
not doing
average
a
though.
3 pound average though.
I'm not 3 pound average though. I'm pound and a half average.
Well, I
don't
mean
think I can
to
catch 15
win
pounds on
like
the
the
gunpowder.
Thursday nighters. 3 pound average is good.
Those 3 pound averages aren't coming from the gunpowder.
That's people running up to. I don't want to say
The
where
only
Well,
person
the
that's
gas
catching-
boys, the gas
they're
boys
the
stay down
only
here.
people. They're the only
They-
people
they
that are
fish
staying in
good.
the gunpowder that have been in the top.
They fish
Oh
good.
yeah, they've been on them, dude.
Well, and I
forgot
gotta
about
say, Little Bradley stayed in the gunpowder and fished 4th place in the Thursday nighter that he fished last week. So he was really close to being in the money in the GP
them.
as well.
What weight did he have, Chad?
But then you're
8
also
pounds,
below the 8
8.4.
pound average.
So almost a 3 pound average.
Almost a 3 pound average, yeah. But that's
So-
what I'm trying to say. A 3 pound average for 3 fish in the GP, that's tough. That's hard.
That's a good day.
That's what I'm saying. That's a good day.
It is pretty difficult right now. I mean, I can catch a ton of fish down here, but I've been struggling to find size. I mean, I can probably catch 8 to 9 pounds,
Mm.
but
And it makes a lot more sense why
You know,
if the money's there and the cash is right, why you're gonna go to the flats, because the average for your 3 pound average at the flats is going to, for the most part, it's going to put you above what anybody in the GP is going to catch. I really thought, to be honest with you, what me and Tony had was pretty solid. I thought for sure we would probably be within the top 5. No doubt in my mind. And we got blown out of the water. And it was kind of a wake up call. It was like,
Well, Victor and Logan had an amazing bag.
that's an amazing bag, which beat out Frank and
flat.
Dave Wilder by 4 pounds. But they're
Yeah.
still on the. Dave was on the flat. I mean, they were on the flats too.
That was
So you got to eliminate the
So,
flats. If you're talking about the gunpowder, that's out.
If you're going to run
Yeah.
fish,
They actually
If
beat us.
you're not
so
comparing
me and,
apples to apples at that point.
Yeah.
me
You
and
got
Dave and Frank
grass bed,
were
miles and
were
miles
only
of
like
grass up
200
there.
apart,
What was that, Paul?
and we got beat by 6 pounds. So me and Dave were like only like 100 and beat us by 6 pounds.
we're losing you, Paul.
Paul's getting choppy. He's getting closer to the ramp.
Yeah, he lost.
But
There he goes. I think he's back.
listen,
Like
I
6 pounds
think the
difference
fishing's
between
good myself,
Victor
but
and me.
it's just the grass isn't there. The weather's been shitty.
Yeah,
I
I
think
think
the
fish are
weather
still
has
there.
been shitty. I think it's been fun to fish. Like, you can go out there and flip a jig around and you can catch numbers of 1 and 2 pounders for sure. But I feel like the quality is not the same as it excuse me.
But it's not
As it
going
was
to
in
be.
the
The
past.
grass is gone.
Yeah.
And
Right.
everywhere
So
else where the concrete's been clustered.
okay, so the question is where are those the quality fish that are in the GP, where are they holding in a more concentrated area
They
now?
move.
Yeah, where'd they go?
Where'd they go because they're not holding in the
Somehow,
grass?
They go everywhere. They ain't gonna stay in one
Dundee.
2-mile area.
That's probably why Dundee's getting better. Because it's got the grass.
So the doggies are going crazy.
Damn dogs.
Damn dog.
But Paul know better than me. I haven't been out and like constantly fishing out there.
Me
Paul's
neither.
the one out there all the time, so I trust what he's saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I can tell you from experience, it's up and down. For 24 years, I've been out there fishing that place.
Right. The grass has came and going before.
It comes and goes.
Was my point. That was.
Yeah, Martin's got a point. The
There
water's
used to
been
be
been
grass
dirty as hell.
From Joppa Town all the way to Carroll Island, straight out, all the way out.
Yeah.
Gromster says the snakehead ate all the big fish.
There ain't no damn snakehead. There's very few of them.
They all got
snakeheads
shot
get-
up by the bow fishermen.
Right, snakehead ain't hurting shit. There's more bait out there than there's ever been.
You know, Greg is a snakehead.
There's a shitload of freaking bait out there.
advocate.
There's bait everywhere. There's plenty of food for everything to eat.
I've seen no decline in anything since the snakehead have come around. I'm not saying they're my preferred species to catch, but what I am saying is I haven't seen any negative effects from them.
Right.
No, there isn't going to be. There's
But
plenty of
you
room
can't-
for other species.
I gotta say, but when you're talking about snakehead and the snakehead epidemic just happens, nobody's making an educated. It's not an educated guess. It's not an educated statement that anybody's making until you see a couple years of scientific evidence that nothing is going to change. So after they've been around now for what, 6 years? So they've been around for a lot longer than that, but they've been around as this big hot epidemic for like 6 years now. And after so long, it's like, okay, like everything's fine. We're still fishing the same.
This is going to stop. In 50, 100 years, there'll be snakeheads all across the United States.
Well,
Everywhere. They're all already in the Mississippi River.
Is that a good thing though?
What are you
when
going
the
to do? You can't stop it.
when the GP had the grass, when the years that you're talking about, Chad, and the bass fishing was really good, the snakehead fishing was really good too. You know, and
Yeah,
that bass
that's
fishing
when
was
they
both
exploded.
good.
And basic
Yeah.
species,
Mm.
when they first come on, they explode the first 3 years, and then it declines naturally, and when everything balances out. Same way in the Potomac. Potomac was booming with them. They bow fished them and everything, and now you go to certain spots you can catch them, but they're not all over the place.
Right. Yeah.
You can't catch them. Plus, they're getting smarter.
They're way more, yeah, exactly.
They're
They're
hard
way
to
more
catch.
pressure and they're getting smarter.
Right. But
They're
my
hard to catch.
point
They're
being,
harder to catch in the
Give me
back.
1 second.
Bass are dumbass fish.
my
Very
point,
aggressive and
yeah.
eat
They think
anything.
that's why they made bass fishing back in the day to fish for tournament fish because they were easy to catch.
If
Now
you
they're
can,
educated.
you can talk to guys like Dan Thompson, my club is fishing like since the early 70s.
Mm-hmm.
He said the early 70s and stuff, it was freaking crazy with big fish.
It was easy to get them bite too. Now they're
But
very
it wasn't
educated.
a million people out there fishing either. Well, there was big tournaments, but there wasn't all these trails. The Maryland Bass Federation would have like 150 boats. But you didn't have no Chester counties, you know, the Wednesday nighters. You didn't have all these tournaments every weekend. You didn't have that. You had the Maryland Bass Nation, and they were the tournament.
We got a couple comments rolling in here. Pete said the grass comes and goes. We know that.
The grass, it was cold for a long time till end of May. Till end of May it was cold. Then all of a sudden it went from 60 degrees to 80 degrees. It's muddy, no sun. You need sun and clear water to grow grass. By August, there's going to be some grass in the gunpowder inside the bridge.
I don't think there's going to
in
be.
the canals. There's going to be some there by August.
So
It's going to be thick. You'll be able to fish it again.
Said that basically what he's saying is fish eat other fish. It balances out, like Greg was saying.
Well, Jim's down there. He's probably got some of the northeastern snakes down there, and he's got the bowfin.
Do they have them in Florida? Snakes?
Got bowfin.
Yeah.
Bowfin's native.
Don't they? Got peacock bass as well.
Peacock bass, bowfin. They probably have some of the northern snakeheads like we have.
And then
go back to the gunpowder a minute. I remember Paul, probably when Paul first started fishing it. The canals, not the canals, but where everything empties in, like the Quarry Canal and the other two canals, right in front of that flat, used to be crystal clear in late spring and summer.
Yeah.
Full of beautiful grass, crystal clear. It looked like the flats.
Yeah.
But it hasn't been like that in years. It's always got runoff. It's just shitty.
What's going on? I think Greg's phone's ringing or something. Or am I the only one hearing that? Is that ringing in my head?
Yeah, hold on 1 minute, dude.
Paul got mad and he left. Where'd he go? Oh, good Lord, dude. Dude, we got hella comments coming in. Let's see. A lot of people talking about what Martin's chimed in. Bull eyes. I don't even know what that is in Florida. A lot of talking about what kind. And then Pete had another good point. Largemouth bass was an invasive species at one point here in Maryland. So
Martin, I can't believe you're insulting Bass and Beer Radio by comparing us to having a speech with Joe Biden right now.
Okay.
Man, hey Martin, I'll debate you anytime, man. Come on, bring it on. I don't know what he said, and I don't think he knows either.
And plus when people go out fishing, okay, I got a habit of doing this. You always fish on history. You're fishing the same shit. You're fishing the same spot. You same lures. You constantly do the same thing. You don't adapt to the conditions. Paul is doing the right thing by going out there, finding new shit, and going. Last year, I went out and I found some new spot, checked old shit I ain't fished in 20 years, 15 years, and they were back. And I had good bags. But you can't fish the same shit all the time.
I agree. That's what me and Chad was talking about earlier.
Middle River is full of beautiful water and grass. But it takes so long to pick that river apart because it's so huge. There's big bags in there. I guarantee it.
Mm-hmm. There's still big bags in the GP. Me and Chad was talking about this earlier.
I mean, the Middle River is not nearly as popular as a fishery as it used to be. It's just not there.
Water is gunpowder.
There's so much of the fishable water, but I don't know, man. Like, there's just too much to fish and break down a Middle River to find that concentration of fish.
Yeah, it takes too long.
Yeah.
It's too much.
You got no wake zone most of the time on the weekend.
Yeah.
Last time Bassmasters was here, not the time it got canceled. But Aaron Martin's one last time when they were here. Where did he win at, Greg?
Bowley's Marina.
What
but who would sit there all day long, 4 hours without a bite, on one strip of docks and wait for him to bite?
Yeah,
with no forward-facing sonar, not knowing they are sitting under there, But he knew they were sitting under there, and when the tide moved, he had a half hour to catch them, and that's when he called them.
Just
I
for the
watched that tournament. I watched the whole thing.
just for some clarity, Greg, what river is that?
What river's that? It's Middle River.
Exactly. That's the last
Always
time
ran
bad
there.
times
The big-
was in.
the big
I know
marine
it
race,
is.
you go in.
Hey, I'm defending your argument. Middle River is a good fishery. It's the last time we
He
here.
caught that 7-pound or 7.5 pounder. That fish was probably freaking 18 years old. Probably sat in that freaking marina his whole life.
Dude, if you watch that episode of Bassmasters really well, and he gets there in the last day and they're not biting, remember? If you listen closely, he goes, "Oh, maybe I should have just went to the stupid flats like everybody else." Swear to
He
God, he
sat
said.
there and had the patience.
Yeah, he says it in that
He
episode.
knew they were there.
Mhm. At first, he
He
doubted
probably, they had cameras and shit back then. They used them. He might have had cameras on pre-fish and stuff and used them. I don't know. And knew the fish were in there. The water was clear enough to use cameras. Carl Jackson was over in
the other
Dog
side,
Mortar,
right?
and I talked to him at the Classic about Middle River, and he said he should maybe won that tournament or free come close. But you know, he would sit there and fish the docks, and we see the bluegill like floating under the docks. And soon as he knew there were bass was around, the bluegill would suck right to a piling.
Huh.
And that's he fished the bluegill pattern up under the docks like that.
Bill Owen had a good tournament up there too. When he was in Swan, I think.
He was in Swan Creek fishing 6 inches of water, in little
spinnerbait,
little ditches.
Yeah. Yeah.
In the summertime, nobody fishes Swan in the summertime like that. That goes to tell you that those guys don't fish it, don't go off history. They find the fish, and it's usually nowhere everybody else fishes. Just like the Opens, when them young boys were fishing the kayak rentals in Dundee and catching fish left and right. Nobody fishes that shit. I never thought of it. I was like amazed.
I would never fish that.
Yeah.
I would never fish that myself.
Oh, no,
He was fishing right there at the ramp. Right at the reeds, right along the ramp, just going right along the ramp right there in Dundee, catching fish.
Thinking outside the box. That's kind of what I was trying to explain earlier. Like, I think the fish are still in the GP. They're just not where everybody's fishing history. The same spots over and over again.
You guys fishing, yeah, some of them are good, but they're not the guys that do it all the time for a living at fishing. We may think we're good, but we ain't shit.
We ain't shit.
None of them guys.
We ain't shit, dude.
No.
Bro, I mean, some of us ain't even shit compared to some of the natural, just the freaking local hammers, let alone the freaking
Yeah, of course.
elite series
Yeah,
or
yeah.
something. You know what I'm saying? Like, well, you ain't gonna, I'm not fishing against Duarte anywhere around.
You
here.
got to fish every day to get that good.
Right.
Including having natural challenges ain't enough.
What Logan and Victor fish
what
Logan
all the
and
time
Victor
and are really
do,
good.
what Logan and Victor do is because of time on the water and experience.
Yep.
Well,
And
that
people
better-
can
that
say whatever
better
they
his
want to say
partner
about
had
it, but it
26.
is.
They only beat him by a couple ounces.
I'm just saying it's time and talent and understanding fish patterns.
Mhm.
And for anybody to say that it's anything less than that is a lie. It's bullshit in my
fish a lot
opinion.
better
I don't
when
care
I
what
fish
anybody
all the
has to
time.
say. The quality's there if you can land on them, if you know where they are. It's there.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. When I was fishing all the time, I was on top of my game, and I ain't fished that much, and it shows. You know what I mean? Yeah.
You haven't been fishing the same in almost 2 years now.
No, that's not true.
Well,
Just
it's
this year.
you have the
I caught some 5-pounders last year.
no, you fished good. I'm just saying, like with the way that you haven't been fishing as much because of the way that your job has shaped things.
Yeah, I haven't fished as much,
That's what I'm trying to say.
and not
I
just
just
my job.
I'm
Just
just
like
tired of it. I'm like you, Chad. I'm tired of the fishing the same shit.
Yeah, I'm tired of
We'll
it.
burn down on everything.
I'm tired of it. I just honestly want to go out and kind of fish the flats and have more fun catching frogfish and the
Mark,
possibility of getting a
You'll
more
go out
quality
there and
bag.
be miserable because you won't find them.
just look for all
I
the
can't
other
find
boats.
them out there.
Look for
I'll
the
fish
Oh,
a
I
lot.
got-
I can't find them.
I caught 10 or 15 of them last week.
Yeah.
I had a good time last week. It was very rejuvenating compared to fishing the GP and just hauling in some 1-pounders.
It's hard. You may land on them.
Yeah.
If you find a sweet spot on the flats, you can catch some.
It's the guy who fish it all the time. They want to know where the shad ditches are at that run through the flats. It's like some of them are 6 foot deep, some of them are like a foot deep. The little ditches that run all through the flats. Them guys know where all that shit is at. And that's the difference. It goes, the slick drop off, something different on the bottom, the shad ditches, that's where the bass, they run them like roads.
It can be a 6 to an 8 inch difference.
Yeah.
It can be your eelgrass to your hydrilla and a little bit of flow going through there. There's so many different variables that are almost, if you're not paying attention, they're not noticeable, but they make massive differences on the flats. And the guys that put the time in to know those differences, understand what they're looking at, makes the huge difference.
Yeah, the more time you spend out there, the more time you're fishing.
I'm never one to speak on the flats, because I hate that goddamn place up there.
You start putting it together like a puzzle. You spend enough time out there, getting that
I
experience.
caught some big bags up there, but it's just like it's hit or miss. You land on them, you'll catch a big bag. It's just crazy because our club tournaments is 3 fish. Okay, the one time I had like 15 and a half or something. One time I had like a 6, 7, but that was like early spring, right before the spawn, and Frank Arthur, he fishes up there, and Dan, I've seen them 17 pound for 3 fish.
Yeah.
So we have a couple comments I want to read out here real quick. From Danny Rodriguez, everything is changing. 35 to 40 years ago, the gunpowder was always dirty from Campbell's Quarry. Those fish move up and down the bay. A tidal largemouth bass, 1 second, can move up to 6 miles in a day. Move a lot easier with flood
tides.
Hang on a second, I lost my spot here.
Flood tides.
If you want somebody that knows,
move a lot easier with Greg. Move a lot easier with flood tides and below normal tides. I have also seen grass come up late in the year. Settlement covers up grass, just like Hurricane Agnes wiped out the flats in the grass of 72 through the 90s.
Yep.
South was the place to be. Grasses came back south faster than north. The Bush River was loaded. The Bush River was loaded with grass, and Middle River looked like the flat, crystal clear. Middle River looked like the flats, crystal clear. 25 to 30 years later, salinity levels are so much higher. Everything is changing.
Yep. That's
you got to read it. You got to read the last line on
If you don't, if you don't believe it, and if you don't believe in change, look in the mirror.
Yeah, things change.
Things change.
Yep. That's the one.
I gotta say, this has got to be one of my favorite comments of the night.
Yeah.
Thank you for that comment.
I'm gonna like it too.
Danny, that was fantastic. Love that. And we have another one from my brother, Headwaters Jim Fallon, Mr. Jim Fallon. He's just from Headwaters. He's a hammer out there. You have to hunt. He said, you won't find the bigs unless you hunt. You can't sit in the same area and expect the bigs to come to you. You have to go find them.
Yep.
Catch 1 to 4 fish all day, but you want the bigs. So you hunt the bigs.
Yeah.
Can't sit there and wait. Got to move.
Well, I appreciate you, boys. I got to get off there.
All right, Greg.
Greg, thanks for coming on, brother.
I'll see you, brother.
Later.
See you soon,
Maybe on next week. We'll talk.
Yes, sir.
All right, man.
See you, brother.
Well, that was interesting. This has been an interesting night.
I really enjoy doing this just because I feel like we have fun.
When we do these shows where we have no plan, and you don't know how it's going to go.
Exactly, pretty much. We have no plan. Just
Paul's
like, let's do it.
I hope Paul's not mad at me. I don't know.
He. I'm pretty sure he pulled up to the boat ramp.
I know he's not mad at me too. Oh shit, dude! A lot of good comments, a lot of input, a lot of knowledge on GP history tonight, which is cool. I didn't even get into my brother because my grandma lived on the GP, and my brother's been fishing it since about '84. But I didn't get into all that much. I ain't going back that far.
Thanks for the comment, Otis, from YouTube. We got a YouTube comment. I like getting some comments from YouTube.
Matt Downs sometimes usually comments on YouTube. Have you talked to Matt lately? I haven't talked to him in a couple days.
I haven't talked to him in a few days. We just
I
sent
think
him
he's
a
been
link.
busy on a new project.
Jim says, hey, what happened to the Friday night show? The Friday night show is dictated by the tournament schedule a lot of times, Jim. If Tony and Paul are busy rigging up or something for a tournament on Saturday, they don't have the time to make it here. If I can't have Rob call in or another guest or something call in, a lot of times I just cancel the show because I just don't have enough to talk about and sit here all by myself. Rob, you're not a guest, you're a host.
You said Rob or another guest.
Rob's not a guest, he's a host. But if I can't have one of my 4 or 5 hosts make it to the show, I just cancel it.
Well, there's no, never mind. There was a different host at one point when I first started with you guys.
Skylar?
Yeah.
Me, you, Skylar, Tony, and Paul.
Yeah, it was me, you, Skylar, and Tony at first. What was you and Tony and Skylar?
Well, me and Tony started this whole thing off a cell phone on like a freaking table. What's up, Jason?
Is that Jason? Is my boy? Oh, Jason, what's up, brother? Ain't heard from you in a while, man. Give a brother a call sometime. I see you've been winning them kayak tournaments.
So, but we're trying to stay a little consistent. We're trying to do some shows. We got Riverboat Rob up in here. Tackle Talk Tuesday. We don't really have anything too specific to talking about. Like I was saying, we have the Thursday Nighters coming up. I could care less if I freaking fish the Gunpowder one more day this year. It would not matter a freaking fuck all to me.
Dude, Chad, you hate the Gunpowder now.
I don't hate the GP. I don't hate the GP. I'm just tired of staring at the same laydowns every time.
I think Candace is like peeking in behind you, dude. See what the hell you doing.
Is Paul in here?
Yeah. You don't see Paul?
No, I got to bring it up real quick.
Yeah, Paul's in there.
There he is.
Can't hear him, though. Dang, you got home quick with your boat, dude.
Well, he lives like right there.
Yeah, he lives 3 blocks away from the boat, right? Still, he loaded it quick.
Paul, can you hear us? Paul? Hello, Paul?
He said thumbs up on hearing us, but we can't hear you, Paul.
Can't hear you, Paul.
I'm trying. Bear with us. I'm going to go use the restroom real quick while
you go ahead and use the restroom. Hey. You go right ahead and use the restroom.
You don't buy coffee, you rent it. Drinking coffee tonight. I might grab you a beer, though. I've been good. I haven't drank nothing but coffee this whole show.
There you go. Paul, say wacky worms. Okay, he just disappeared. Paul disappeared. Rob went to go to the bathroom. I'm tired of fishing the GP. I just want to go out and fish the flats. This weekend, I will finally be rigging those Garmin electronics on my boat so that I can start plotting and charting and coming up with an evil plan to catch a 20-pound bag. Because that's my goal in the long run, to be honest with you. I'm pretty sure iCast is invite only. I've never been invited to iCast. I would love to go to iCast. iCast would be a lot of fun. If you know a way to get a ticket to get to iCast, let me know, because that would be a very, very cool experience, I have to say. iCast would be awesome. We're waiting for Rob. And I want to go to iCast. you should be able to as media. But like, do you have to have, I don't know, some certain type of credentials or something like that?
What happened to Paul?
I don't know. He dropped out.
Oh, he's probably having. I think it's some audio issues or something.
Yeah. But
Oh, really? Did you see Jim?
yeah,
Fallon?
he's talking about going to ICAST. I would love to go to ICAST if we got invited by somebody. I would absolutely fly down and go to ICAST, no doubt.
I didn't know Jim was friends with Buka.
Yeah, so that's how we got connected with Jim through Mike Buka, through the Buka interview.
Got you. Mike Buka's a really good dude. I haven't talked to him in a while. I'll need to hit him up. He's always busy doing those. I think last time I was talking to him, he's going to do the classic. He's getting ready to go to the classic, I think. But yeah, Mike's a real good guy. I think Paul said, "Did you see that text, Chad?"
Yeah.
Paul.
Mike Buka is a really good dude. I really love having Mikey. I really love having Mike on the show. He's brings a large bag of knowledge when he shows up. I gotta say.
Yeah, he's really nice guy too. Like he's not Mike Buka. You know what I mean? He's just like down to earth, one of the guys. Which seem to click. Those guys seem to click best with our show. Those just.
Well, it's like, yeah, but one of the other things is too is you give him a question and he actually takes your question and breaks down your question and actually goes into detail about what you asked and gives you a legitimate answer. There's been some people that just come on and they're like, yeah, do this. Mike gives you a 10-minute description on what you should be trying and what you should be doing and gives you the real information. And that's something that I love about Mike.
There's two kinds of guests. There's people just wanting to promote their product, and there's people just wanting to come and talk to fishermen about fishing. You know what I mean? So, and those are my favorite ones. That's why I like Matt Herron so much. Matt Herron come on, they talk about anything. You just want to hang out with fishermen and talk fishing.
Man, we've sat on Matt Herron for like an hour and a half before we ever went live.
Right, yeah.
Just talking and bullshitting. And the Buka episode was amazing. We definitely need to get Mike back on the show. And we need to get Jim. I would love to have Jim come on the show. We need to get Jim come on the show. Jim and Mike.
At the same time. That would be awesome.
That would be great.
That would be really, really cool.
Let's set that up. Really cool. We should shoot Mike a message, and I'm sure if we shoot Jim a message, he'll be down whenever.
Yeah, I'll shoot him. I'll shoot Mike a message. I don't know if me and Jim, I think, are friends on Facebook, so I'm gonna shoot him a message as well.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, dude, social media sometimes, like I haven't even posted no videos in a while now. I needed a break. I needed a break from life. You know what I'm saying? I was grinding hard, fishing hard, grinding hard, doing a lot, and I just had to take a step back. I've been spending a lot of time with my grandkids, fishing with my daughter, which is freaking better than anything. I got 3 kids, and she's starting to really get into fishing, bass fishing. She's even watching bass fishing shows and stuff now, so it's really cool. My other kids are not interested in fishing at all. I mean, my kids are grown. She's 25, 26, but she's really taking an interest in fishing. And you know what? Screw all y'all. I'd rather go fishing with her any day. Yeah, I don't care if we win a tournament.
That's what it's all about, man. Go out there with your daughter and catch some fish, have fun.
Right.
At the end of the day, there's so much more to bass fishing than the money, the fame, the glory, and the bags, man.
Right.
It's about being out in nature, spending time with your family, getting away from the stress.
When you see her start falling in love with the same thing that we love, like she's starting to get it, she's starting to like it, it's pretty cool. You know what I mean?
When you make fishing more about stress than stress relief.
Yeah, which I did.
You got to figure something else out.
Yeah,
straight up.
Yeah. Well, that was her like coming to me and be like, I want to try to fish some tournaments with you and stuff. Our chances of winning are not. She's not the greatest fisher woman in the world. I guess you could still say fisherman. I don't know how you say it when it's a woman. But she's learning and she's into it. And you never know, dude. She wind up being a hammer. You know, the
Absolutely.
more time she spend on the water, you know, get her a boater's license, let her take my boat out. Mm, mm.
What in the heck is
I don't know. There's
going
all
on
kind of
here?
group text going on. All kind of group text going
Okay,
on.
there we go. I was looking around. I'm like, how long have we been on the internet now? We're coming
I
up
I
to
don't
an
know.
hour and 20 minutes, which is
I
about
don't,
my time limit.
I don't know if my brother Pete's still on, but me and him spent 2 or 3 years just fishing together. We didn't fish tournaments or nothing. We just went
Yeah,
fishing
Pete
every
just
weekend
commented
together.
a minute ago, so he's watching.
Yeah, me and him went out every weekend, just spending time as brothers. We haven't spent a lot of time together over the years raising our families, and then we just started fishing together every weekend, and that was good times. So those times are cool. You know what I mean? So,
Time fishing with your family is always cool.
yeah, yeah, I'll take that any day. I
Any
still
day.
want to win some. I still want
Over
to win some
anything.
derbies, but
Yeah.
still want to catch me some bigs and all. But I mean, those times are irreplaceable. With your kids and your brother and stuff. So even you probably enjoy when Phoebe go fishing with you more than anybody else.
Dude, when Phoebe caught her PB, I was so pumped about it.
Right, right. You were more
So
happier than you catching it,
I
right?
was. She was actually, I think she was
That's
scared
my
about how
point.
happy I was. I was like, yeah, like gave her like this big high five. She's like,
Yeah,
I don't think I've ever seen you this excited before.
right. Yeah, that's the beauty in that though. You know what I mean?
Right.
And you'll remember that fish more than a lot of fish that you caught.
Oh,
You
yeah.
know?
No doubt
Yeah.
about it.
What was it like a 3 or 4 pounder? You caught plenty of
Dude,
three
I think
pounders.
it was literally like 2.5.
Okay. So you caught plenty of two
But
and
it
a
was
half
big
pounders.
for her.
But you'll remember that 2.5 pounder is my point.
I will.
You don't remember all them other 2.5 pounders you caught, but you'll remember that one.
I
That one's special.
absolutely will.
Yeah. Yeah.
But hey, real quick, while we're live online, we're kind of hanging out. I just want to give some of my sponsors a big shout out. Shout out to my boy Tyler at right there, UMA Lure Company, Balsa Wood Crankbaits, custom Balsa Wood Crankbaits. Hit him up. His baits are phenomenal. They have great deflection. They just a very very good crankbait. I'm a big crankbait fisherman and I absolutely love them. Tailored Lures, Warren Taylor with Tailored Lures, some of the best snakehead frogs out there as well as bass frogs. They have a very small profile, very beefy hooks at a decent price. Definitely check him out. Hit him up on Facebook, see what he's got available. You can catch him at other local retailers like Autumn Sky Outfitters or Edgemere Bait and Tackle. You can hit them up. And then our buddy Larry Payne with Bass Munitions. Thank you to Larry Payne with Bass Munitions for sending us all the soft plastics that we like to have, from Senko designs to shaky head worms, like the Zoom trick worm type of deal. We got lots of different plastics from Bass Munitions that we really like to use. The Holstein worm is one of our favorites. We use it as a drop shot worm. Fantastic. Love having them. Our good friends with Mobile Auto Solutions and Mobile Auto Services. I always say solutions. Mobile Auto Services and the Boat Pros, right up yonder on the left here. And their service that will come to you. They'll check out your car, change the oil in your car, your filters, all that good stuff. Check out your boat, do all your boat maintenance right in your driveway. If you're at work, you don't have time to be there taking your boat to and back and forth to a shop, they'll come to your driveway. They'll do it for you. Car or boat, truck, give them a call. They'll take care of you. And also, last but not least, our good friends at East Coast IV. Where is it? Where is East Coast? Here it is. Boof. East Coast IV. They're located in Belcamp. Get yourself a IV right in the vein. You don't have to go to the hospital. Don't have to sit in the waiting rooms. Get everything from a banana bag to a normal IV to all types of different treatments for hangovers, hydration, whatever you need. It is there for you. Hit up East Coast IV. You can call them and they will come to you, or you can visit their location in Bell Camp. EastCoastIV.com. Check them out.
You drink too much on the 4th of July, you get to eat them crabs.
That's what I'm saying, man.
You might need some hydration.
It is straight up 4th of July weekend. You're going to be going out there. You get too hammered, too fucked up, maybe even pre-gaming it. Hit up East Coast IV. Go get yourself an IV bag. It's going to make you feel so much better this weekend, and you'll just enjoy the weekend so much more. I can definitely speak from experience as we've used East Coast IV 3 different times here in my house for Phoebe on a couple different drinking episodes, and they're great. They came to the house, gave Phoebe a couple bags of fluids, and got her feeling great. It's worth it if you're going to be doing a long day of tournament fishing. You're going to be out on the boat all day long, or your kids have a softball game, football game, lacrosse game, whatever. It's great for them. It's good for you. Hit up East Coast IV.
Hydration is more important than people think. It's extremely
way more important. It's way more important.
To stay
It's
hydrated.
honestly one of my favorite sponsors from Bass and Beers, East Coast IV,
Mine too.
because, and I know it's not a very popular. What's up, Dan? I know it's not an insanely popular
late, Dan.
thing
Sorry, Jeff.
that's going on is for people to pay to like go get themselves hydrated from an IV bag, but I can say from experience that it makes a huge difference, dude. It is so worth making sure that you have the right vitamins and minerals and the right water levels in your system.
Dude, if you're out on your deck, 4th of July, you're drinking beers all day with your buddies, you're eating crabs, they're salty. A bottle of water might help, but I mean, you're talking, that sun's beating down, 90 degrees. Dude, they're one of my favorite sponsors too. But I love all our sponsors, of course. But I'm advocate for hydration. It's very important. It's very important because I have suffered from dehydration more than once myself.
Mhm.
So yeah, and it's not fun. So yeah, stay
From
hydrated.
Jim Fallon. He says, while we're talking about the 4th of July, I just wanted to say, hope you guys have a great holiday and a safe one. Go have fun and blow some shit up like Americans.
There you go. That's right.
Yeah. Break out the AR-15s and do cool
No,
stuff.
I shot my shotgun off last year, 4th of July, and my wife was like, "Hope you ain't gonna do that again this year." I was shooting like crazy back last year. I got banned. I'm not allowed to be shooting out back no more.
There you go. There you go. But, Rob, do you have anything left that you want to add to tonight's podcast? Because I'm ready to wrap it up, brother.
No, I had fun. We have I'm gonna call it a secret tournament coming up.
Whoa, what the hell just happened? A
Did you
secret
lose me?
tournament?
Did you lose me?
No, I'm
Can
here.
you hear me? Okay, yeah, we got a little secret tournament orchestrated by Paul F.M. Batters. I don't know. It's a secret, so I can't say much more than that. If you got invited, you got invited. That's all I can tell you.
You got invited to the tournament. All right, y'all.
Yeah.
We will catch you guys on the next episode, probably this Friday. Be there or be square.